Hello, good afternoon. I want to share something with all of you, but I also want to make sure that I share it with the ladies in Divinely Designed, my Facebook group. So I am just going to share this live real quick with them, and then I will get started with you. I have a story to share. So let me let's go. Share to page, and I will just share it to Divinely Designed. There we go. Good to go now. Okay, so I have a story to tell you and then something to share about what I did today. Okay, so here's my story. So around 1990, I hope all of you were alive then. 1990, I'm about, let's say 3 years old. And I wanted to be a country music star. Naturally, right? I'm listening to Tanya Tucker, and let's see who else was going on then. Martina McBride, Reba McEntire, who I've seen in concert twice, right? Like all these amazing women are in country music wearing these, at that time, like super fancy gowns and beautiful, beautiful stuff on stage. Like it was just the coolest thing ever as a small child. And so I packed my things in my little going to grandma's box, grabbed my plastic guitar, and put on my sunglasses and let my parents know that I was on my way to Hollywood to become a country music star. And luckily my mom snapped a picture of that, so we've got a cool family photo of that. But so my whole life I've had like this desire to stand up and sing in front of people, but I've also had this conflict of, as I grew older, right, your ego gets more involved and you start to realize, wait, I might not be as good as the person next to me. Or you have a music teacher who's like, yeah, you didn't quite sing that right, let's practice, and you were flat, or whatever the feedback is, right? And then maybe if you're like me, you get moving further and further along in your choir career. And as you get older, you don't make all the choirs you desire to be in, don't get all of the solos you try out for and stuff. And so life happens, right? You get rejected, and I got rejected at different points, and each time, instead of persevering through it, I chose to be just a little bit more quiet. Just a little bit more quiet, and just afraid to try. And eventually got to the point where, I wasn't trying for the solos anymore, and I was singing in the shower and singing in the car and maybe singing for people at home, like around the house and stuff. But it got to the point where like I wouldn't even sing karaoke and stuff for other people, which is really quite a shame, because my grandpa, who recently passed, loved karaoke and sang karaoke and had his own little CD. And his neighbor Judy was always pushing me, you need to sing karaoke for your grandpa. He loves to hear you sing. And I just couldn't, because I was afraid, because I knew that I wasn't perfect. And I was really afraid that like my voice would crack and whatever. Well, so fast forward to now, right? So I'm 31 years old, and my grandpa's passed. So it's left me reflecting on some of these things and different choices I've made. And I'm realizing that, like, I don't need to be perfect, right? Like that's not a news flash for most of us, that we don't need to be perfect, but we still have this little inside voice that's like, be perfect, be perfect. And so I'm just processing through all of that. And for a couple of months, my angels have been really nudging me to get back into music, right? Like I told you, I still sing around the house. I still sing in the shower and in the car, especially in the car when nobody else is there. I really love to turn on like my slow women's songs where I can really like sing, not just spit out the words. Like okay, I'm getting off on a tangent, but I'm going to share it real quick. I don't like rap music, and part of the reason I don't like rap music is because I don't feel like you get to sing. Like they're basically speaking, they're just spitting out the words as fast as they can, and I love to sing. So I really, really like those slower songs where you get to like crescendo and decrescendo and all this good stuff. So anyway, back to the story. I keep getting this nudge that I need to get back into music and do more with it. And I'm even starting to get images of how like I can use it in my business and how I can use it to serve other people and stuff. But then I'm going, I've got this other voice over here going, okay, well, Sarah, like you're 31 years old. People learn how to play an instrument when they're in grade school or junior high, right? And then like people go into music, like if they're going to do, let's say, become a country music star, like I opened with, like they're spending their whole lives building up to that. And then when they're in their late teens, early 20s, that's when they're blossoming out into the world and doing this. Like I've just got this voice in my head saying, like, not that I'm past my prime. That feels like really harsh because I don't think I'm past my prime. But you get what I mean? Like it's kind of a missed opportunity. Shut the door and move on. But my angels wouldn't shut up. And so what I have to share with you is today I went and bought a guitar and I'm going to learn how to play the guitar so that I can sing along with it. And I just wanted to share that with you. I'm so excited that I did that. Like I know how to play nothing, so I don't know where to put my fingers here. I don't know how to do anything except for this. But sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Pretty excited about that. So I'll be learning how to play the guitar over probably the coming years. I was going to say over the next few weeks, but let's go with over the coming years. I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. And so with all of this, of course, I want to turn it around and ask you, what is your desire? What have your angels been nagging you to do that you have 1,000,001 excuses not to do, but your heart just keeps saying, it's time to do it. Do it, do it, do it, right? So that's what I want to challenge you to do. It took a little bit of guts for me to go out and get this guitar. And I'll be honest, I felt pretty silly walking into the store when I'm like, I need a guitar. The guy's like, do you know what kind you want? I'm like, one that fits my hands. And he's like, okay, well, we have this size and this size. And I'm like still staring at him. And he's like, okay, well, how about if I play a few of them for you and whatever. And I ended up picking one out. So, right, like it's sitting here. We figured this out today. But I had to get past some fears too. I had to get past some fears to go out there and do it. But I want you to take a moment and reflect and see, what have your angels been trying to share with you? What is it that you can do today to bring more joy in your life? Like true joy, how do I want to say this? I was just talking to the group at Happiness and Heals today about how happiness is different than joy, because happiness is like a feeling over time. Like it's a general energy. Like joy is in the moment. It's like a moment of bliss. And what can you do today to bring that in? Children bounce from moments of joy to joy to joy, just doing what their heart is calling them to do. But for some reason, as adults, we allow all these rules to come into place. We allow all these other people to share their judgments with us and take them on as our own. And I want to ask you, I want to invite you. How about that? I want to invite you just for today to let all of that go and pick something that will create some joy in your life. Pick it and let me know what it is. I see someone answered. Let's see, Ada. Did I say it right, Ada? I think so. We've been on a call together. Create a healing circle for women. There you go. Now, that's beautiful and wonderful, and I definitely think you should do it. I want to encourage you to also pick something that's just for you. Just joy. Just for you. Oh, good. I said it right. I'm glad I said it. So think of something. I was about to say be selfish, but it's really not selfish to choose a moment of joy for yourself. It's just beautiful and healing. So comment and let me know what you're going to do. I'm going to figure out what to do with this brand new guitar. And I promise you that when I learn a song, I will be back to share it with you. And at some point, I will have enough courage to not only get on here and play a song for you, I will sing along to the song, because that is for sure going to be my favorite part. I just have to get the guts to do it first. And then I'll be here to share that all with you. Okay, so have a beautiful afternoon. I am going to finish up some work. And if you're local and you haven't already, like my page, Happiness and Heals, and join us for some of the networking events. We just did a networking event this morning, and tomorrow we have a social event at Red Ginger if you're interested in coming out from 3 to 5 and just meeting some other like-minded women and enjoying some, I suppose, Asian food. I don't know. Someone told me they had really great fried Oreos. That doesn't sound like Asian food to me, but I've never been, so we'll try it out, see what's going on. And that's it. So I'll talk to you all later, and I will be back with this guitar when I figure out what to do with it so I can show you all what I've learned.